Morning. Just gonna wait here for a couple of minutes here um, for folks to join us. Morning, Shadow Hunter. In the meantime, I am going to display the risk disclosure. Hey, Ricky. Morning, Frizu. We'll get started here in about a minute, guys. Just giving folks a chance to join, and we'll get started. In the meantime, I do have the risk disclosure up. All right. All right. So we're at 5 past the bottom of the hour. So we'll go ahead and get started here, guys. So we'll start with the risk disclosure. Again, all the contents being published and distributed by the market trader is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offered to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Future trading does contain a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their investment capital. Only risk capital, the money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle, should be used when trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Nothing, again, contained herein is a solicitation to buy, sell futures, options, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, guys. So next order of business for us is to take a look at the news. What kind of news do we have coming in here? So we'll go ahead and display that here. All right. So all right. So let's see. So we've got PMI coming in here at 9:45 Eastern. We have a few members of the Fed speaking at 10:15 and 1 p.m. Respectfully. Likewise, Larry. Okay, so fair amount of news. I guess the biggest news being the PMI report. Okay. Just looking at some of the comments that Bostic made earlier, labor market is not flashing red. Okay, optimistic about future. He expects demand to continue to sustain employment. He doesn't expect unemployment to increase much further. As long as consumer spending continues, there will be a demand for products and therefore workers. Okay, if it is not a demand match to the neutral. Okay, so yeah, just this number of comments here to support more cuts in okay, so there's expecting more cuts. Okay, all right. So all in line with I would assume that expectations, but I guess we'll find out here shortly how the market is reacting to some of these comments. Okay. Good morning, Mike. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move into the charts here. So I'm going to stop share and bring up the charts. Okay. Let's go ahead and start off with we'll start off with the gold market. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start off with we'll start off with the weekly since we are at the beginning of the week. Okay. We're going to remove our drawings here. But as you can see here on the weekly chart, let's stretch this out here a little bit. Okay. Let's stretch. Okay. As you can see here from the weekly chart, the gold market is still continuing trying to head higher. Okay, we don't have any sort of ceiling at the moment. I think I may have mentioned one is kind of a Fibonacci kind of ceiling. I think it was maybe 2,800. Can't recall. Let's double check what I had mentioned here. Yeah, so near 2,800, 2,750. So we've kind of exceeded 2,600. Okay. So yeah, 2,800, 2,760 seems to be very much in the cards in this market. Okay. Let's double confirm. Okay, so that's kind of the I guess the temporary ceiling, or at least the target that we're black screen. Okay, all right, everything. Hopefully, you guys can see now. Black gold. Okay, all right. I don't know exactly why that is, but I'm just happy that you are able to see. Okay, so like I said, right now it seems that market wants to continue to head higher. We've opened the week at the top end of the bar here, so really, there's nothing here that I would that stands in this way of continuing higher. Like I said, the first area statistical area would be this 2750, 2760 range. Okay, for this move. So weekly is very much bullish. All right. Looking at the daily. Okay, daily is equally as bullish. We have a demand zone below us, but as you can see here, nothing to the right, nothing to the left. Okay, indicating that we don't have an equal supply zone above us here. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of what we're kind of looking at here. All right. So yeah, daily chart is also indicating bullish price action. Bullish Hogue's weekly high is 2665. Okay. Fibonacci is saying that we can get to 2760. So in any case, yeah, in any case, it's higher than where we're currently at. Okay. All right. Let's see. Moving down to the 4-hour chart. Okay, just looking at these bars here. Okay, looks like we're well above value. We're hovering around ADR here. We turn off here for a minute. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed this line here, but that's kind of like you can think of it as kind of the channel line. Okay, and that kind of reads the sentiment from a price action perspective. Okay, that is above this line. we crossed above this bearish line here. Okay, so I mean, if we were to draw a channel here, you can see that we are above. Okay, and then until any time at which we close below, and maybe below, I would say maybe 26.38. If we get a close below 26.38, then maybe then we can look for something that would lead us back to maybe the top of value area high here. Okay, but we first need to see a break of this channel to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart, where there was an attempt to go lower here at the start of the London session. Now that since has been met with some buyers. Okay, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see if the sellers do have the resources to bring the market back, and if they do, I would say that the logical location or destination for this would be as low as 26.18. Okay, maybe down to settlement price at 26.15 or 14. Okay, somewhere in that range. But we first need to witness something that would indicate that maybe there's an opportunity for that, and having a 4-hour chart close below would be a solid reference level to use. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, so here's we're hovering right at the bottom of that channel. Okay, we did peak below, only to be met by buyers. Okay, right now we are in the middle of value. Okay, so this is value range. You can see here established in this table here. So we're going to go ahead and let's see. We're going to open up our spreadsheet and add these levels. Okay, and then we'll talk through them. Okay, so here we are. All right, here are our levels. Okay, so we're right now inside value. Okay, we had we pretty much almost traversed the entire range of value here during London, only to find buyers. Well, there should not be any surprise that they found buyers here. Okay, you can see that that there was a very strong buyer here at what was that, 26.40, let's say. Okay, and price came right back down to this 26.40 range, and what did it find? It found a buyer. It found a strong buyer. Okay, so again, right now, if we do get above value, right, I think that would give us some momentum to the upside that could take us back to the highs of the day. All right, back up to 26.50, 26.60. All right, as long as this channel is maintained. Okay, then I don't see any reason why the market can't continue to the upside. Okay, so let's go ahead and double check some of these levels here just to make sure we got this doesn't look quite right. 26.50, is that right? Yeah, 26.50 it is. Okay. I'm just changing some things on the spreadsheet here, guys, so bear with me. Okay, so we have 26.50 as our value area high. Okay, we have average daily range. We'll open that up here. Our average daily range high is 26.63, which I think might be the same as our weekly level. Okay, that Hogue was talking about. We have 26.29 as our average daily range low. Okay. This is probably session range. Session. Okay. Just this. Okay. So we have our daily range low, and then we're going to go ahead and open up ASR here. Okay. ASR is still well below. We're going to modify this to London temporarily. Okay. And that gives us 2661 30. 2660 2661.30. And 2637.10 is our average session range low. Okay. So what are some couple of hypos here? Okay. Looks like everything seems to be in order here. 2646. Okay. That looks all good. Okay. Yeah. So what are some hypos? Well, first of all, let's open up initial balance. Okay. That's the initial balance range. Okay. Just open up the initial balance range. So right now it looks like we're potentially peaking above value. If we do get above value, then and potentially above initial balance, then I don't see any reason why we cannot get to some of these highs. Okay. 2661, maybe as high as 2663. Okay. And I think that's if not mistaken, that's also Sergey had mentioned these are also Hoag's weekly high levels. Okay. So yeah, so I would say that if we do get above that, now there is this area here that's a little bit of a concern. Okay. We had some sellers step into the market here at the start of London, right here. Okay. And that could be an area of resistance. Okay. I'm just going to mark it right here. But this could be an area of resistance. This could cause price to come and then come back, fail, right? Okay. I'm not sure, Reading Tiger, what you're concerned about. So this we should remove. 2615 is not correct. So we'll go ahead and remove that. Value area high is 2650.50. Okay. And then we'll remove this one here. All right. I think that should clear up some of the confusion, maybe. I'm not sure. Oops. I didn't want to do that. Too many. Okay. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Two times we marked it. We modified, we added a couple there. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So if we do get above value and we do get above initial balance, this area could potentially serve as some level of resistance. Okay. So we'll have to be, I guess, cautious, I would say. If we do get a push above initial balance and maybe a rejection away from initial balance to the upside, then maybe that gives us a little bit of confidence. Volume delta seems to be aligned with a bullish move. Okay. Our volume delta is aligned with further upside, looks like. So yeah. So I think we should be, I would say, looking for opportunities to the upside. Okay. We are coming off settlement price. The only thing that I think stands in the way of a move is this area here at 2660. Okay. 2660 might be an area where we might see some resistance. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much what I have for gold. Like I said, we're flirting around value area high. And if we can get a close above value area high, that might be the momentum that we need for further upside in this market. Otherwise, if we do not get something, or if we do maybe peak above this again this area here keeps I guess flashing yellow at me. Okay, there's always a potential that we could come up here and kind of remain in this what appears to be kind of a developing ascending wedge. Okay, that's what it looks like to me. Okay, we have an upside, and then this over here could be the top of that wedge here. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. All right, just got top of the ascending wedge. I'll get rid of this here. Okay, that's what it looks like to me. Okay, right, we have kind of like a little bit of an ascending wedge here. I'll just go ahead and remove this channel so it becomes a little bit more visible. Okay, but that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so kind of like a little bit of an ascending wedge, and we may get another pullback before we get another move, a move higher. Okay, all right. That's all. That's pretty much what I have for the gold market. We're going to go ahead and modify this to the crude oil. Okay. All right. So this is the crude oil market. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the weekly chart and get a feel for what the market is trying to accomplish. Okay. I think these are probably old levels, so I'm going to go ahead and remove those. Okay. Now, I had drawn this level here before, thinking that maybe this level was going to serve as resistant. So far, it hasn't actually peaked above it. Okay. But we are coming into some other areas that could offer, some resistance. Okay. So we did peak above this first level. Okay. Well, was supportive. But we do have a couple of other levels that could offer. Now, you could see that volume delta is quite strong to the downside, and we have a candle. So again, if I'm looking at this from this perspective, well, what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, the market is trying to accomplish lower prices, right? You can see lower highs and lower lows. If I get some additional context, okay, well, I can see as I move to the left that we are coming off a weekly demand area. Okay, so this could offer us some additional momentum to the upside. Okay, I am coming in. We already marked this level here at 71. That could offer some resistance. It looks like for now, I don't know. It's kind of mixed to say whether this is offering resistance or not. But we are coming into some other areas, some other supply zones that could cause the market to stall here. Okay, if I'm to draw my right, you could maybe argue that I'm already above. Okay, I'm already above my channel, but I'm not above my channel in a way that would breed a lot of confidence that we're headed to the upside. I have a developing kind of doji like candle. I got wicks on both ends with a red candle, right? That doesn't necessarily breed confidence that we are necessarily headed higher here. Okay, we have a strong candle that closed the week, followed by a rather meek candle, and I have supply areas above me. Okay, so we'll see what the market holds here. Let's go ahead and move on to the daily. Okay, so daily chart. Here's my channel. Again, we're slightly above it. We have again another area, 7130, that could be resistant, and then this area up here around between 74 and 75, that could also be another area where we could find some sellers. All right, for our chart. We're going to go ahead and remove this channel and shut down some of these levels if I can. I'm going to turn this off for now. Turn this off and turn this off and turn this off. Okay. All right. So again, it feels that the market is a bit toppy. Okay. We have some candle structure here that it appears that the buyers are losing a little bit of momentum. We are coming into again another area that we could, potentially find some buyers. If price gets below, let's say 70.50, then my case for bears, may accelerate. Okay. Price needs to get above, below 70.50. Otherwise, and this will become a little bit clearer here as we go down to the 30-minute chart. It appears that we are in range here. Okay, so price is inside. Let's see. I thought we were. Let's see. I'll open up fixed range volume profile here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and open up the indicator that I'm working on here. So all right, here's our value. We are in value, okay, in range, all right, from Friday, okay. So since we are in range and in value, we could continue seeing, kind of the same kind of behavior here, right? We could see looks like the market just opened. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up initial balance here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close this out here. We're going to open up ADR and we're going to open up ASR here. Okay. So here are some of our levels. We're kind of in the middle of the range. Not really too excited to get involved in this area here, to be honest. Anytime there's an area where we're in kind of in an area of value, I'm not really keen on participating. Okay. I would much rather participate in something more extreme. Okay. I'd like to participate in an area such as this area up here. Okay. This area up here would be a nice area for potential reversal in price. Okay, something along those lines. If I'm a buyer, I'd like to be a buyer lower. Okay, something like that. All right, that's kind of the areas that I'd like to participate in this market. If we're inside value, and I could play value area high, value area low, but this is a relatively tight range, and honestly, I'm not really super excited about participating in an area where they're still trying to define where the market where they want to take the market. Okay, we'll go ahead and add our ranges here. Okay, we'll go ahead and add these here. Okay, so here we are. All right. Now let's see. We got 4 hour supply. Let's see. Average daily range high is 72.31. Okay, that seems to be in order. 72.25. 72.25. Well, we'll need to add that. Okay, modify that. 72.25. Okay, we're going to modify that. Okay. And then average session range low is now coming in at 70.34. So we'll modify that. 70.34. Okay. So we have our average session range and average session high and lows now established. Okay. Our settlement price is, where is our settlement? We're going to go add it here. Okay, we're going to modify this a little bit. Where did our settlement? Okay, is that settlement? 7104, 71. Okay, is our settlement price. Okay. Yeah, 71 is our settlement. And then let's see, point of control. Point of control is 7097. 7097. And modify that. 70.97. And then settlement we've already captured. We got our value area high at 71.39. 71.39 value area high. Value area low is coming in at 70.84. 70.84. Okay. Point of control we already captured. Average daily ranges. Session range, this should be 70.34. 70.34. Okay. And then I think everything else seems to be in order. Okay. So we'll 71.20. Settlement is okay. Got point of control at 70.97. Modify that. Value area high 71.39. Modify that. Average daily range high came in at 72.44. So I'll modify that, 72.44. Okay. And then we had our average daily range low here at 70.36. 70.36 is our average daily range low. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think we've already kind of mentioned some hypos here. I'm probably going to be a little bit patient with this crude oil market here since we're in the middle of the middles here. Not really excited to participate anywhere in this range, to be honest. Okay. So I'm gonna be patient and see what initial balance provides me. If initial balance provides me maybe a break of initial balance high and a break of value area high, I could quite possibly entertain a move back up to ASR high. Okay. If we break to the downside, then I have ASR and ADR as targets below me. Okay. But right now, I have price above settlement. It did react off value area high. So I probably, if I'm going to entertain a long, I need to see price get above 71.38 before I'm kind of willing to, put some capital behind a bullish move. Okay, 71.38. It needs to break some price structure to the upside in order for me to entertain a long here. Okay. If it stays inside this bearish candle, then I'm looking more like this arrow down here, and that we're going to head lower. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. That's kind of what I'm seeing in the crude oil market. Like I said, right now we're in the middle of the value range. Not really super excited to participate inside value. All right. So I'm going to wait for price or market participants to tell me or direct me a little bit. I'll let them lead. Okay. I'm not going to try to lead this when I don't have the resources to lead. Okay. I'm going to react as best I can to what they end up doing with the market. Okay. If I get a close above value and above initial balance, then maybe I'll take a trade up to with a target of ASR. Okay. If they break below and I say below 71, then maybe I take a trade down to ASR, maybe as low as ADR low. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in the crude oil market. All right. So let's go ahead and start to take a look at the equities. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with our favorite market, and the favorite market of most in this room, I'm sure, is the is NASDAQ. All right. So before I kind of jump into the NASDAQ, we're about 50% participation right now in the likes. So, and we have about close to 30 people here in the session. So I'm going to encourage folks to hit the likes and again, the likes are kind of the lifeblood to content providers like myself. The idea here is you want to encourage me to continue to want to provide these kinds of sessions here. Then that's really kind of the only form of potential compensation for any of this. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the weekly chart here and get a feel, okay, for what the market is trying to accomplish. Well, we are trying to break above. We're trying to get. We're trying to get above this weekly supply area. Okay. Yes, it's the thumbs up. The thumbs up is kind of what I'm after here. Okay. All right. But I do appreciate the hearts and the love here. Okay. All right. So we have where price is trying to get above this weekly level, and we've had a couple of weeks of pretty strong behavior here. As you can see here, we have a good amount of demand below us. Okay, as is highlighted here in blue. All right. No real supply zone to speak of because I guess other than the highs here, okay, that I would mention, and that would be around 21,000. Okay, would be a supply zone. Otherwise, it looks like a market that wants to continue to move higher. Okay, daily chart. Okay, we're up against. Here are supply zones. Okay, we're right up against supply. Okay, we have a supply zone that we're working off of right now. Another supply zone just above us. So this is an area where we could see a fair amount of potential sellers here. Okay, anywhere in this area could cause sellers. And again, how do I know? Well, I just look to the left. If you have any doubts of where you're at, okay, look to the left. And you can see that there was a fair amount of selling in this area in the past. Okay. It's not to say that, this area can't get broken. It's just to say that this area has had some sellers in the past. Okay. All right. So we're bullish on the daily, up against some areas of supply, as you can see here, as the indicator is providing here. All right. Moving down to the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. Here's our supply zones, kind of rearing its head here a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn off initial balance and turn off ASR here for a minute because ASR is probably going to get adjusted here with the open. Okay, so right now, very well established supply and demand zones. We're closer to the supply zone than we are to the demand. Okay, at this point in time. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up our ranges, our levels. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and paste those here. Okay, all right. We're going to go ahead and move down to the 30-minute chart. All right, so 30-minute chart. Here we are. And here are our ranges. Okay, so you can hear on the right, pre-VAH, pre-VAL. These are all prior value areas. Okay, so you can see here that let's go ahead and copy paste that in here again. Okay, so let's double check these levels. We got ADR high here at 20,192.25. Actually, it's probably more like 20,193. Looks like. Okay, 20,193. Okay, and let's see. Our ADR low is coming in at 18,887. Is it 18,000? 19,000. 19,887. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. We got value area high coming in at 20,000. What is this? 20,052 looks like. So we'll change that to 52. Okay. And value area low at 19,962. 962, a little bit higher than that, maybe. 964. Okay, 964.25 is kind of what I have. Okay, and then we have settlement at 20,028. We have, let's see, point of control here. Looks like point of control is at 20,003. Okay, 20,003. So these are our prior levels. These are, I'm experimenting here a little bit with developing value. Okay, these are levels that are developing value levels. Okay, so this is developing level 20,065 is the developing value area high. That's for the current session. And then we have a value area low 19,961. Although these levels are going to be dynamic, they're going to move as price moves. Okay, I pay far more attention to the prior levels here. Okay, so what to make of this market? Okay, so a couple of hypos here. We had a move lower. Okay, we've rallied, we've exceeded value, but looks like we're having a little bit of a difficulty sustaining this. Okay, so if I take this measure, okay, if I take the measure of this move, well, if this swing was indeed a swing, then we have a potential. Look how symmetrical in this where it leads us. Okay, so if this is truly a swing lower, okay, in this market, all right, I'm just going to take this to the end of this candle here, right about here. Okay, then I take that same move and measure it from this current retracement. And where does that lead us? It almost leads us spot on to the top end of ADR low. Okay. So again, we'll have to see what the market provides us. But right now, I would say that if we do manage to get back inside value, okay, and maybe even below settlement price, then that opens the door for value area low and maybe as low as ADR low. Okay, right now we have a bearish engulfing candle, right? A developing one, right? We're developing a bearish engulfing candle. Right now, this feels like a retracement, okay, of this swing below, right? A pullback, right? And then this could easily get us down to settlement, right? Before we see any sort of potential reversal, maybe as low as value area low. Okay, that's also another area where we could see a reversal, or ultimately for me would be this area down below at ADR low. All right. So I'm purposely not, let's see, let me go ahead and open up ASR. Okay, but ASR is probably going to change on us here. We got 20,204 is our average session range high. Okay, but this is probably going to change with the open of the market. Okay, so 204.25. Okay, I'm just going to add it here for reference. 19,917. 19,917 is our average session range low. We'll add 75. Okay. So, yeah. So right now I would say that it looks like the market could be heading lower. Okay. But I still need some further evidence of that. All I have right now is the fact that we have a developing a bearish candle. Okay, if I were to draw a channel on this, okay, if I were to draw a channel on this, we have yet to break to the downside. Okay, but if we do break to the downside, I would say that if we break below settlement, that might be enough of momentum for us to head to some of these lows. Now, if we are able to hold value or hold settlement, then maybe we reverse and head the other direction. But right now it feels a little heavy. Okay, it feels a little heavy. It feels like it wants to move lower. Okay, in this market, and then maybe these areas down below could offer us. We got some reaction off of this area down here, but looks like the bulls did not have the resources to make that happen. Okay, all right. Let me capture this here, and let's update our spreadsheet with some of these levels here. So we have 204. Okay, we'll just capture that here. Put that in bold. And then we have daily range highs. We're going to make that 193. We'll put that also in bold. Okay, and then we got value area high at 2052, 62. We'll also make that in bold. 2028 we'll leave alone. Point of control, leave alone. Value area low is 64. 25. 25. 887. And then our average session range low is coming in at 917.75. Okay, so we'll just swap these. Bear with me, guys. I'm just kind of updating the spreadsheet as we go here. Make sure I captured all the levels correctly. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll just go ahead and go okay out of this. So if we've already talked, I guess kind of our main hypo right now is for price to potentially head lower. I think we need maybe a piece of additional evidence for that. Maybe a break of channel, maybe a break inside value, maybe a break of settlement price. These are all kind of areas where could cause price to reverse. But that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. Okay. If candles close as the way they are right now, it feels like maybe there might be an opportunity for some further downside in this market. Okay. All right. I think that's all I have for the. Would you make me go up at the last low? Yeah, I could. Yeah, you can make a low. You can make an anchor VWAP. Probably around here. That's Friday's low. This is Monday's. This is the market start of London. So yeah, that might be another area. Okay, if price cannot sustain above at this anchor VWAP. So a lot of confluence here. We got value area high. We got anchor VWAP. We got settlement price. So if price manages to close below all those things, then I would say that we have a fair amount of momentum to the downside. Okay. If we remain above value, we remain above anchor VWAP, and then maybe we have some further upside. But the market feels a little heavy for me, especially given this 30-minute candle. Again, but we're about 8 minutes away from the open here. So, all right, let's take a look at the ES. Okay, looking at the ES again. We'll take a peek. You're welcome, Frizu. We'll take a peek at the market here. Again, similar to what we were seeing on the NASDAQ, we have, market trying to establish new highs, okay, in the market, okay. We have last couple of weeks have been relatively strong. We have a candle here coming up now, also not quite as strong, but above everything that above our close. Okay. Now could the market retrace here a little bit? Absolutely. Okay. It seems that the market is a little bit overbought. Okay, at the moment, but nonetheless, it remains bullish. All right. Let's look at the daily. All right, reading Tiger. Okay, we'll take a look at what the 4 hour is telling us. So right now it's kind of established a little bit of a consolidation range around this area. Okay. On the daily, I see that we have some relatively strong demand zone here around 5,400. If I'm going to look at this a little bit more closely from a Fibonacci perspective, let's see what this shows me. See if I do this and I do this and then I do this. Okay, well, we're at our first target. We still have a ways away to get up to 5,900 or almost 6,000 here in this market. Okay, right now we're kind of stalling around the 61.8% extension of this swing. Okay, but we have targets that are above us. Okay, all right. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. For our chart, again, it's been kind of in consolidation of late. Okay, we had a very strong series of candles here. Thursday and Friday really didn't offer much of anything as far as opportunities to the upside. We were kind of in consolidation. Okay, looking at the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We're going to go ahead and open this up a little bit further. Okay, kind of looks and feels a little bit like what we were saying with the Nasdaq. Okay, we are above value, we are above settlement, but we have a developing bearish candle. So I don't know exactly whether this is a pullback, and that could lead us to further downside price. Okay, if we open up ADR is well below us. We're kind of in the middle. We're above value, so we have a couple pieces of evidence that says, okay, prices are going to head higher from here. Okay, right? A couple of pieces of information that tells us that maybe we're going to head higher, but then that's followed with a bearish, kind of almost a bearish engulfing candle. So we're about 4 minutes away from this candle. We'll see how this closes. Okay, but we are above value and above settlement. That's I guess that's what we have going for the bulls. If we do manage to close back inside, I'm not sure what this green line is about. This green line. This might be, let's see. It didn't have much of an effect. I'm not sure what this green line is about. In any case, it seems to be right on top of value area high. So that would indicate that maybe this area is supportive. So if we do get below this green line, then that could lead us to lower prices here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our levels. That will confirm our levels and see if I can get people at least some information before the open of the market here. All right, so we'll go ahead and paste that up here. Okay, and let's take a look at some of these levels. So so we have here, 57.80. We have average daily range high at 57.93. Okay, and then we have ASR also coming in at 57.94. So we have some levels here above us. On the downside, we have let's see, 57.31 average daily range low, and then we have 57.44.50 is, or actually 57.35 is our average session range low. So I'm going to go ahead and modify that, 57.35. Okay. All right. And 50 looks like. All right. Let's change that. Okay. So we got value area range low. We got 57.51. Okay. Point of control. I think that this green line here at 57.63. That seems a little bit. 57.63 is point of control. So modify that. Okay. And value area high coming in at 57.67. So everything else seems to be in order here. Okay, so we'll have to see what the market holds here, guys. The candle has quickly changed from what looked to be bearish. Now it's looking a little bit more neutral or indecisive here. We got wicks on both ends of the candle. We're about 2 minutes away from the open of the initial balance. So I'm gonna, again, remain patient on this market. Not going to be super, how we say, aggressive necessarily to participate. I do have some natural targets to the upside here. Okay. I have the high of day. Okay. Or I could have this ASR level here would be a logical location for price to potentially reverse. Okay. If I'm more of a buyer, well, I'd like to be a little bit closer to a reference level, maybe a value area high, initial balance maybe, but initial balance won't happen for another minute or so, actually another hour. Okay, before that initial balance actually establishes. Okay, so again, it's Monday. Going to remain patient. Not going to get super aggressive to start off. I'm gonna let the market participants digest digest whatever news that they had over the weekend, and then looks like we just had the open of the market here. Okay, we had some adjustment already. 50.94 here. I think that didn't adjust much. And then we have 93 is actually our average daily range high. Okay, 57, 35, 50. Yeah, all seems in order here. So now we're gotten this move that I was kind of initially hinting at when I was talking about the NASDAQ. I think for me to really embrace this, I would need to see it get back inside value, maybe below, some of these levels here. If I'm to draw a, kind of channel here, I would need to see some sort of break of channel to the downside, break and close of channel. Okay, not just the wick, but a break and close of the channel to really embrace, the shorts. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now in the ES. Okay, if we do manage to get back inside value, I can see potentially that we rotate through. I do also see that we have settlement price there, so that could also be an area where we can reverse from. But right now, yeah, I would say that we probably the view is, especially if this closes outside, our view is that maybe we get another leg to the downside in this market. Okay. All right. Let's look at the YM. That'll be the last market we'll look at today. We're already gone close to an hour on this. So the Dow will let's see. We'll take a look at the daily. All right, just quickly. Okay, we have a little bit of an indecision here up at the top. Okay, had some indecision at the top on Friday. We have further indecision up at the top as well. Okay, so daily is while it remains bullish, we are at an area where we could expect some sellers to step into the market. Okay. We're at 42,441. We have some established demand zones here at 40,000, 41,000. Okay, around that range. So daily is indicating higher pricing. We did break. This is probably where my other line came about. We did break some resistance here. So this area right here could be continue to be supportive. So around 42,000. So I would expect that if price comes back down to this 42,000 level, that could be the springboard for continued move to the upside. Okay, on the daily. For our chart, you can see the similar level, just more candles. Okay, this area here was definitely an area where we've seen some buying. Okay, let's turn this off here for a sec. Okay, and let's hide this for a sec. Okay, so yeah, so this would be a logical area where we would see some buyers. Looks like we are getting some buyers potentially stepping into this market. Okay. We have not bearish, but a bullish engulfing candle that's developing. Okay, so we go move to the 30-minute chart again. It's kind of a little bit of a fake out, right? Telling everybody to think that maybe that's why guys, that's why I wait for closes. Okay, that's why we wait for closes. We don't react to candles that have not yet closed. Okay, so this is a classic example. This candle right here was looking very bearish this at the start, but now it looks like the buyers have stepped into the market here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up the indicator here. We're getting some reaction off of value area high. I'm going to add some of these levels here. We have ADR. Let's see what this is. We got 42,702. That's ADR high. Okay. We have ASR high coming in at 42,641. 42,641. That is ASR high. Okay. We have value area high coming in at 42,429. Okay. Is that 429? Yeah. 429. Yeah, 429. So that's our value area high. We have point of control coming in at 42,341. Okay, that's our point of control. And then we have our value area low at 42,293. And then settlement is coming in at 42,400, looks like. Let's see. 42,443. 3 is our settlement price. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and open up initial balance. We're kind of exploring the edges here, guys. Not really making any headway in either direction at the moment. We have a very large wick on both ends. We have sellers and buyers in this market, right? We peaked below, we found buyers. We peaked above, we found sellers. Okay, so we'll see who wins this battle. Okay, right now, like I said earlier, I was kind of more inclined to look for a bearish trade, but I was only inclined to do a bearish trade if we got below value area and we got below settlement price and with closes. Okay, and that could lead us to a potential move down to some of these level below us. Okay. Right now, a lot of indecision in the market, especially in the Dow. I have selling wicks on both ends. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up my volume delta. I don't know what happened to it, but we'll add it. Okay, and let's see what kind of orders we're getting. We're getting some sell orders, but they're being met by buyers. Okay, we got some sell orders, but they've been met by buyers. Okay, so maybe there is some more potential to the upside given this wick that we see here. When we've had these wicks before, that's usually been an indication that maybe we get some further upside in this market. Okay. Last time I saw something similar to this, we got a kind of an exhaustive selling and then caused the market to reverse to the upside. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much what I have for today, guys. So I would say that it's Monday. We want to be patient. We want to wait for our levels. A lot of indecision right now, I would say, especially in the Dow. I would expect the same potentially in the indices as a whole. Okay. So I would say that we want to, let the market kind of play its way through here, at least for the first 30 minutes to an hour, and then decide what at that point what the market is trying to accomplish, and figure out ways that you can participate while still managing your risk. Okay. All right. So with that said, just kind of taking a peek here to see if there's any remaining questions. I do not see them. So I'm going to wish you guys to trade safe, to trade well, to trade like a pro, and to be a market trader. All right, guys. So we'll have our, I think, There's a possibility I may not have my session today, guys, because I do have some things that I need to take care of today. So there's an outside possibility that we won't have our group session today. But I will be available in the coaches room for those who are part of the Top Step server. Okay. I will be there for at least an hour or so. And yeah, so trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys. Have a good one.